Good morning, bonjour, buongiorno. Welcome to my nuclear teaching of Tuesday, February 28, 2023. As always, independent, knowledgeable, inspirational, and without compromise, because nuclear is the best we have. We know this since 60 years. Atoms for Peace. This is not an opinion, it is science. So, today, dear followers, I am in a sort of philosophical mood. And I want to take the discussion about nuclear a little bit further, because if we all know that nuclear is the best we have, largest output, smallest footprint, smallest input, why aren't there nuclear power plants everywhere? Okay, 3 reasons. 1, ignorance. The anti-nuclear waste, safety and cost meme is going around since 30 years or so. I am trying to debunk that with the help of many others, independent supporters of nuclear energy. Unfortunately, the industry itself is rather lousy in marketing, so we have to do it. We do it with pleasure, independent, without any compensation and all that. So that's reason number 1, ignorance. Number 2 is we have, here in Europe, we have a green deal rather than a clean deal. So member states are forced to install ever more solar panels, windmills, geothermal and all that. Money flows to green and not to nuclear. So nuclear new builds are very rare, and if they exist, it takes a long time, etc. Talked about that a lot, and we'll continue to do that. But today, in a more philosophical mode, I would say, there's a third reason which is probably more fundamental, and it has to do with a very famous saying of one of my nuclear heroes, which is Marie Curie. She actually got 2 Nobel Prizes a century ago, one in physics, one in chemistry, for her groundbreaking work on radioactivity. What she said is this, right here. Nothing in life is to be feared, it only is to be understood. How great is that? Nothing in life is to be feared, it only is to be understood. This mindset actually was a precondition for, I would say, 100 years of human progress, which is summarized all in this excellent book, Factfulness, from the Swede Hans Rosling. It's a very good book, read it. It's all based on nothing in life is to be feared, it only is to be understood. It tells us that basically since 100 years, the planet is doing great. We have great technological progress, economical progress, democratic progress, environmental progress, much less danger today than 100 years ago, and also enormous progress on the front of human development. All thanks to the fact that we fostered science and technology and democracy through the great expression of Marie Curie, nothing in life is to be feared, it only is to be understood. Now, here's my teaching of today. Unfortunately, from Al Gore, Inconvenient Truths, Frans Timmermans, EU leader, The Planet is Angry, to Robert Habeck and Annalena Baerbock in Germany. Deutschland, Energiewende, Atomausstieg, blah blah blah. All these persons achieved nothing in real life or in real jobs, and they want to tell us free citizens, how to live our lives, all on the basis of fear. So today, if we talk about the energy transition, about climate, about wokeism, about green farming and all that, it's not based on rationality, it's all based on emotion and fear. So the way of saying, actually the way of life fostered by Marie Curie and many others since hundreds of years, is step by step changing towards the inverse. And I call this This is actually the problem, the societal problem I face today. It's my personal opinion. Nothing in life is to be understood. It only is to be feared. Yes, that's the way of life of modern politicians and modern, I would say, public, how do you call it? Public authorities or all that. Basically, all those who determine our rules in life, our policies, Paris Agreement and all that. It's all based on fear. It actually fosters fear, inconvenient truths, Al Gore. All fostered by people who actually have no knowledge about real life and real truths. So, this is actually the third element in why nuclear is not expanding, although it is the best. It's the inversion. Yes. So, here's the teaching of today. If you have elections in the near future, in a couple of years, doesn't really matter. Elections. Rule number 1, vote only those parties that are pro-nuclear. That's one. But also, for the number 1, 2, 3 on the list, look at their CVs. Do they have 20 years experience in a societal field or in a business field? Do they actually know something? Do they actually believe in something? Do they have a track record on the basis of which we could decide, okay, I trust this guy or I trust this woman? Take that into account. Yes. So, this finalizes my sort of more philosophical teaching of today. Maybe not completely yet ready, but if you have any comments or if you have any suggestions in the good direction, I don't know everything either, but I try to understand, and this is a sort of, let's say, input I would like to give to the discussion about why isn't there more nuclear? So, give your comments below. I look forward to your input and inspiration. And for now, I all wish you a great day. Ciao, alla prossima. And don't forget, here it is again, once more. Save the planet. Great idea. Build nuclear power plants. The more, the faster, the better. Ciao.